Hello and welcome to the Simulation Soccer League. I'm Jiggly.
I'm Sock.
Yes, you are. Well, this is the final match day for Division 2. There is really just one massive race that's going on. We don't have relegation down to a third division because we do not have a third, but we do have a promotion battle for second place. Inter London has already claimed that first place, that title for Division 2. They are going up, but second place is undecided, so that's going to be interesting for the last two matches. But the first match up is Inter London against, I think that's Seoul Mythic.
Yeah, into London, Seoul Mythic. Seoul currently on 11 points. Still have a chance to launch themselves up into third place, but no hopes of promotion for them. Basically, the dead rubber for this one. Seoul 3-2-4, -7 goal differential, while Inter London have been just on absolute en fuego. 6-2-1, +12, and K. Clements, man of the front, 8 goals, second in the Golden Boot race, will be the front man once more. By the looks of, oh no, they've gone with Hannah Solari this time, with K. Clements on the bench. So perhaps they just think, no need to chase after the Golden Boot. 5 back of AS Paris Leonidas Papadopoulos, while Seoul Mythic just deciding to run with that classic one at the front, but a very packed midfield there, wouldn't you say?
Well, that's Inter London with the patently weird 4-2-3-1 with the 10 and the striker just sort of like offset. And Seoul taking the classic anchor formation of no wide players in the midfield. The wide players are their wingers and their fullbacks.
Yeah, well, we do have Ronaldo da Silva and Danny Paul. See, already, da Silva putting some pressure on early, got a corner out of it. Work there by Yabova just to get out there and grab it. And now another opportunity for Inter London on the other side. Scud Muffin!
That's going to do it real early here.
Wow, indirect free kick by Jerry Svici. Just decided to whip the ball in. Was very close. May have been an opportunity for penalty, but they go over two-man wall. And Scud Muffin just way out marked, 8 yards out. Just decide, okay, just flick it over to him. And an easy slot through into London, putting themselves at front early on.
Well, I thought Seoul was about to work their way out the back, but instead they lump it forward. It is working somewhat here. Da Silva up to Mueller. He's got a chance that's blocked by Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence has been placed into the game to be the centre back. Bit unusual for him, I believe, but well, I think he'll slot into this role quite pleasantly. Of course, does have the probable Golden Boot winner, Leonidas Papadopoulos. Ioannis Papadopoulos. Two Greeks at the top of the league in both races, and here he is now trying to work a run down the left flank. Is in the danger man. Can he find another one here?
Popped in, and Tata Yore with the header right up the middle.
Well, I was saying, will he be able to find another one here? And that time it's his cross. Found an absolute beautiful dart there. Just turned his way around to Silva, got him out of position, then walked back again, and just sends the ball through. Danny Paul, I'm not sure what that was there. Just played off his man and let Tata Yore take an unmarked header. And well, King Kong could do nothing to stop that one. Into London are putting the sword to them early on.
Well, it's kind of expected to be a bit of a rout when it's the top team in the division and the bottom team. And there's another one. This one by Jerry. Just ball falling right to them. And they're getting these shots right at the center of the box.
Yeah, 3 goals in 15 minutes. Goodness, they have just come firing out of the gates. It's Papadopoulos who decides to again just run down that left flank against Barocco Aloisi. It's more of a short cross. It was a header attempt, bounced off Borg Tenderloin, and then right back to the left foot of Jerry, who really had all his options and just decided to take the easy route one. And well, again, King Kong has been just faced an early barrage of shots, and they've been able to do nothing to stop it.
And, this is a interesting moment, I guess. We're on this game at the moment, but really the big 2 games are coming up right now with the games to decide who gets promoted. And you're looking at just the dominance of Inter London in this game. And, there's only one team in this division that they have not beaten.
Yeah, that would be FC Kaapstad. Well, they had a very unlucky stoppage time defeat after, I believe it was Sir dives in, a lot of Bob dives in a lot. I forget which name he goes by here. He ended up just losing a ball, and then Lachlan O'Rourke ran right by him. Of course, he usually does slot into that centre-back role, but this time I do have Terence Ferris. Here's the Silva. Now for Muller, that shot tipped over by Yeboah. Yeah, I mean, Kaapstad, they do have a chance to try and sneak through in promotion, but that's still to come here. Still got plenty of time left in this match. And of course, they still
And we still got another match that they're waiting for.
Addis, yes.
Yeah. Well, let's see if Seoul have anything to say in this match still. That header from Danny Paul hits the side netting.
Pass to Fopp.
Cross in.
Flank. And they've just looked to him. They've tried to target that left flank early on. That right side of Seoul's defense has looked very weak, and they've allowed Papastafopoulos a lot of space.
If anything, we've been seeing weak center backs here with those shots inside. And there's a injury for Seoul Mythic, and they're going to have to take them off. They do at least have a player who can play that position on the bench, so they got that going for them.
Yeah, well, I mean, you talked about how stronger wing-backs are in this case, perhaps weak centre-backs, but at the same time, Seoul actually lose a wing-back that has been just outright dominated on the pitch by Papastafopoulos, and they've had to take out Kiel Holmberg, and instead they've decided to go with Willie Normus. So he's going to have to try and adapt quickly to the role here and have to see out the rest of this game. But it doesn't seem like Seoul have many substitutions left on their bench.
Well, they're going to try to work their way forward. Well, you know, the moment I always say they're working their way forward, they immediately try to hit a long ball, and McGurk's shot is nowhere close to anything.
Yeah, he just tried to send one with power more than anything, just try and get that one into the top shelf, but didn't really trouble Yeboah, just kept on rising like a Yabalani. And, well, Seoul's chances, they haven't really been troubling Tony Yeboah. He's only, I believe, had to make one critical save, but when he's been called upon, he's been solid. Not spectacular, but enough that into London don't really have to worry too much about anyone else in net as Papastafopoulos whips the ball in, and there's a good save there by King Kong on a Hannah Solari shot.
Yep, once again, that center of the park is just wide open for any Inter-London player to run into. And now we're into halftime, and the XG does not tell the story of this game, I'll be honest here. This is a complete domination. I don't see many ways that Seoul is coming back.
Yeah, well, they have been able to at least create chances. But the main problem with that has been they just haven't been able to put themselves in solid positions. You know, Danny Paul has a header, but it's a tough angle. You know, long shots just not finding their mark. They've had opportunities, but again, into London have not only had the plethora of the opportunities, they've also the plethora of the clear-cut opportunities. I mean, Svici from 8 yards out, Yore from about 10 yards out, Scott Muffin from 9 yards out. You could pretty much just make the penalty area into London's if they wanted to, as they make one change. Fallon DeFleur has come on for Walter Pinkman, and Pascal Yamaguchi has been kept on the bench for Seoul, so no changes for them.
Well, here's another chance. That far post header from Donnarumma does not make it in.
Yeah, Jerry's Vici have gone to Jerry for the set pieces, and he's been able to create quite well thus far. You know, even an early free kick that found Scud Muffin, as here he is now. Was able to get from that first goal, and here he goes! Oh!
To the top 90.
Oh my goodness, he's got Jerry! Let's go! Sure, Zenlos will be happy with me going with that one, but what a shot. Jerry Svici sent that one right through. Scott Muffin just again settled on that right side of Normus and just set one back. Jerry pretty much edge of a box, left foot strike, and pretty much unplayable for King Kong. He just has had no answer for the shots that Inter London have put towards him.
And we're closing in on the 75th minute now. look about ready to ship it.
Yeah, well, again, it's just been all-around dominance. Here we go again! Solari has made it 5. Well, I mean, talk about a postage stamp and a return address. Into London are going back up in style. This one, again, it's cross in, and again, it's ahead of it. King Kong can't stop. Edge of a 6-yard box. Hannah Solari, maybe small in stature, but still got up there well to meet that one, and King Kong just didn't have position to get the glove.
Is Solari a recent draft pick?
I believe so. They were recently.
I could have sworn that like they were drafted by Kaapstad the season prior. Maybe. I remember that somewhat because they were drafted right after Nagatoro.
Right. Yes.
And I just have no memory of them except for that, and they're just showing up here with London now.
Double check that. Yeah. Solari.
Well, here's one chance for Seoul, and that's not going to go very far.
Yeah, just your Yeboah again, just got on the edge of that for a bit of a poor clearance there, in all honesty. Didn't need to give up the corner, but they do. Here's time with a chance. Headed over by Aloisi. Yeah, Solari was drafted in the 2nd round, and it was not actually close to where Nagatoro Maradona was. It was actually after, first it was Nathan Claflin, and then it was Hannah Solari. I will double check though the movement of that, because admittedly the transactions are very difficult to keep up with here in the SSL. A lot of moving parts, but now Seoul trying to get
especially after that last. That's cleared out. Especially after that last off season where a lot of things were moving around. And there it is, Inter London with a nice victory run here with a 5-0 victory over Seoul Mythic as they move on up to the 1st division.
Yep, I mean, we talked about it earlier on our broadcast. They just needed to secure whatever they needed, and, well, they did so. I mean, again, a very solid performance all round for Inter London. I mean, have to spotlight Jerry Svici, player of the match, got them that opening goal, contributed 2 of his own. That's just exceptional work from him. And Ioannis Papsafopoulos, I made a mistake again, has put up a 9.3 match rating of his own, so that might very well give him the golden ball for Division 2, but still wait and see on that. Still a bit more to play with these 2 matches, and this one, the crucial one, because everything hinges on this. CA Buenos Aires against AS Paris.
Yeah, this is a win-and-end situation for Paris here, as, I mean, they've had one of the top goal scorers. Leonidas Papadopoulos just shows up like, I don't think that it isn't very often where Papadopoulos only scores a single goal in a game. They usually get at least 2 goals, and whenever they score, usually it's a bonfire. But they've been held silent a couple of times. There's a chance here that something interesting is going to happen. And let's just say, for the sake of narrative and drama, it's going to be real interesting if they don't win. It's going to make this broadcast actually interesting.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as to say that. Of course, Kaapstad still do have to try and make sure.
Well, it'll certainly make the final game interesting.
Yeah. And it looks like the 4-1-4-1 with a 2 wide mids to Buenos Aires. They've gone with Antonio Governo at the front. Usually
very interesting.
In the center.
That's a very interesting lineup that we're seeing from Paris there. That's a 4-5-1, looking very defensive from Paris. And okay, one of the players just sort of wandered off there. It's very interesting to talk about defensive formations in this league, because, I mean, I've tried playing defensive formations. We've seen defensive formations go out there, and they just haven't done well. Everybody, I believe it's a quote from Mike Tyson that everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And unfortunately, in this league, we can't really, you can't really adjust for getting punched in the mouth. So if Buenos Aires just gets 1 goal and Paris can't get anything going forward, that might be something. And there is that goal. Governo puts Buenos Aires ahead in the 2nd minute.
Wow, it didn't even take them 68 seconds It's just a seemingly innocent ground ball here from Grayson Yates. Just found Edwin Vandersloot and then found Governo and Bartlett. I've talked about it before in Division 2. It's only 4'11". He couldn't get the fingertips to it. Let's watch again. Just make sure. Oh, beautifully timed run.
Very onside.
Yeah, did very well to get past Washburn and just absolutely tuck it home. Bottom right corner, easy as you like. Couldn't place it better. And while you mentioned being punched in the mouth, that is probably a 1-2 combo that will leave Paris reeling.
Absolutely. They've just gotten punched in the mouth, and we're going to see what happens next, because this is a very defensive formation. And I think they're going to be trying to play the ball out the back, but unfortunately that's just not what the situation is right now. They need to get this win, especially given the matchup that would be going against them in this next match.
Yeah, Kaapstad would be facing last place Montreal United, who only just recently got their first victory.
Well, there's Cortez.
Look now, Cortez try to find
Header's gone away by Alistair.
Yeah, I mean, they need to look to Papadopoulos at the front to see if they can do that. Can they get one with this corner?
That's cleared away. They're going to try again. Big shot. That's not going anywhere.
Yeah, Sebastian Pelletier lined up for that one. Tried to absolutely fang it. Basically crossbar challenge from the edge of the box, but ended up just going over the top and just sailed wide. And now Paris, they still haven't been able to find anything to try and hit back against Buenos Aires. So to regroup and see what they can do here. I think they just have to look wide. Try and find ways to get Cortez and
Where's Papadopoulos? Saved by Oakdown, and it goes out. Could have held on to it, but did not.
I think it was a bit difficult to hold on there just with how powerful that Papadopoulos shot was, but here's the corner.
Cleared away.
Try to find Papadopoulos on the edge of it, but it seems like they're basically just double teaming him there.
And a draw will... We've been talking about win or loss. A draw will still likely push Paris over. I mean, Kaapstad would have to win by like 11 goals in order to get past them. So,
well, never rule out that. I mean, you know, you do have a team vying for promotion going against the last place squad. They might throw everything, the kitchen sink, at them and just try and push everything through. You know, maybe even they just run a full 11 and they just pull the goalie just to say, you know what, we just hold on to the ball and we can score. But I mean, crazy strategies. But yes, double checking that. 14 goals would need to be the margin for that one. So,
yikes.
Paris probably just need a goal here. That's all they need to think about now. They don't need to play for a win to just try and absolutely secure it. Just try and get the draw here. But it seems like Buenos Aires have had...
They are down right now, and here's Governo.
Oh, just wide.
Yes, that is... I mean, you're absolutely right. All Paris needs is a goal. All they need is just one. And, I mean, they're holding possession pretty well. They're keeping the midfield clean and everything, and they have the higher XG, but Buenos Aires has the goal, and that's the important thing right now, and that's what's keeping Paris from ending this game in a spot that is secured for promotion. So, you know, we're in halftime right now. What did you think of the first half, and what did you think of, I guess, Paris's chances at getting that goal?
Well, I think they've just, again, decided to go to all reliable, just get Papadopoulos forward and try and give him quality shots. He's had a decent one, which Oakdown was able to turn away, but he's only had the one shot on target. One thing of note, though, Paris have had 13 corners to Buenos Aires having none. That is insane.
I mean, hey, Buenos Aires is just doing what they need to do here. And Paris is working for those set pieces, I think.
Yeah. Well,
here's Cortez in the corner. Yep. Throwing is technically a set piece, right?
Potentially. But it could have been very well a corner for that one as well. Just, you know, just pressuring them, getting into those tight edges and really forcing the issue here.
Well, I mean, you know, you push them out to the corner and there's not much you can do there. And there's a shot from Alistair that hits side netting.
Yeah, I mean,
they need to squeeze into the middle.
Just I think the shot was never played there. Try and get a swing pass out, and you probably give Papadopoulos a semi-open look, but
Cortez with a pass, and Papadopoulos is saved. Pushes it over.
Biggest chance. 16 yards, unmarked volley. Just couldn't get it by Oakdown, but Oakdown's been doing well here to turn away the shots when he needs to.
And here's some more passing. Moves out to the wide area. Here's Brisky cutting in, and that's pushed over by Oakdown again.
Yeah, I think that was a better option, though. Could have gone to Papadopoulos to his left, but took the shot on and did well to force a corner again.
I mean, you got to commend... Oh, that's it.
Well, that will sting in the morning, noon, and night, but still a goal kick for Buenos Aires, and they get a free kick now.
I think that's, you can say a lot of things about Buenos Aires giving up that many set pieces, but they're doing well to defend them. That's the big thing for it right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, some people would don't ask how many. And perhaps it's just been, those repeated corner kicks that just, you get a chance, it gets deflected, and then it comes back around. But now Party looking to attack again. Cortez has been on a long run.
Cortez again off to Brisky. And that's stopped before Papadopoulos could get that shot fully off. Katarina got in front of him.
Katarina, absolutely beautiful marking. Just defended it well and didn't allow any kind of open look.
And you look at the box score right now, Paris is just dominating them. They're not getting the goal.
Yeah, I mean, that can be attributed to Koche Oakdown. Perhaps some great defending there as well by Sigvard of Katarina, but Buenos Aires, they've only had the one shot on target, but sometimes that's all you need, especially if you go up early in that second minute. You just need to hold out for 88 more. Easier said than done, I know, but...
Well, we're heading into the 85th minute now, and we're not seeing too much movement here from Paris. And is that going to be it?
Might be, but maybe they can make an intercept here. Throw everything at it now. They think it's
over. They think it's over. It could be over.
Here they go now.
Move forward.
Oh, no.
Oakdown picks it up, and I think that's going to be it. The final whistle has blown. And with a loss, Paris has opened the door for FC Kaapstad in the final game. We have a match on our hands, lads.
Isabella Cortez must be absolutely beside herself if she found that through ball to Papadopoulos, an open chance away. It's a one-on-one, and yet just couldn't find any kind of angle. Just went by too far. Koche Oakdown read the play, scooped it up. I made sure to see out the rest of that clock. I mean, you see the centre-backs there put on an absolute display. Sigvard of Katarina putting up man of the match honours. Just beautiful play, just shut down Papadopoulos entirely. And they really couldn't do anything else as Paddy with no frontman for them. And the defensive 4-5-1 you mentioned, nothing they could have done there really.
Does not pay off. I mean, we said it at the beginning of the match. Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And they got hit hard at the beginning. It wasn't even that big of a hit. It was, it was a goal that, in a normal game, you could easily take back, but they were just set up in a defensive position and they were getting pushed into the wide areas. They needed to get inside. They needed to get it to Papadopoulos, and they just weren't able to get it to him. And, as I said, we were talking about getting those corner kicks and getting those set pieces. And the only reason they were getting them is because they kept pushing them out wide and they could not make their way in.
Yeah. I mean, that I think has to go credit to Katarina and also Shea Guevara. Yeah. Also
that entire defensive line.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Checker didn't really have to get involved too much, but granted, they weren't trying to really run through McAllister. So Checker really just had to hold his ground and, basically just act as the check. But aside from that, the defense just came to play and they only needed that one shot on target to put themselves over the line. I'm sure will be absolutely ruining all of those chances that they missed. But now, SC Kaapstad, they don't know the news yet, but they have gone 4-1-2-3. Very, very attacking. They want to push everything they have at Montreal for this one, knowing they need a win.
A 4-4-2 diamond from Montreal. And yeah, the Kaapstad formation is technically a 5-0-5. I've nicknamed it the Ram Jam. It's just a blunt object. And we're going to see how that works here today as they kick off here for Kaapstad is taking the ball first, and Montreal is taking the ball away.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, they come into this fight knowing what they need. They needed the win. What we know now is that AS Paris went down to Buenos Aires, and they already know this now at Cape Town. They know they're down because this is around the 4th minute, and now they can throw everything they have at them.
There's Crucis sending it in, Maradona to Gordon, and that is a goal. George Gordon barely played this entire season, and Nagatoro Maradona only played 90 minutes last season. They link up for the first goal in this match in the 4th minute.
Wow. Well, I mean, I mentioned there that it would be huge if they could get an early goal, and they just decide, you know what, let's battering ram down that right post, and that's exactly what they do. It was just quick ball in. They got right to the edge of the 6-yard box, and they got 3 touches on it before they can put a shot away, but it was a shot they cared to put away, and George Gordon...
You see more pressure here, Gordon again! And that's what the Ram Jam is. You see 5 guys all up there. They are not moving back. They're not going to go back. Their entire job is to just be up there and try shooting.
Well, they got a decent shot away there, but Brian Duke, well, is going to have to face a lot more of that if this momentum continues. Just throw everything at it, see what sticks. Now here's Kraustas.
Ari Nagatoro with a shot from outside the box, and that's her 6th goal of the season.
Oh my goodness. That was just a quick dance around there. You know, Kraustas just played softly, got the players playing back, and Calavera trying to mark, gets beaten for inside leverage, just turns around left foot. Oh, what a beautiful strike there. Found the top corner, and nothing Brian Duke could have done. And Kaapstad, where they sit now, they seem comfortably in promotion, but they're still going to have to hold on for this last 77 minutes.
Larson with yes, exactly. This 5-0-5 formation is very much a glass cannon where it could fall apart at any moment. If they get a good counterattack going, if they get their guys out in the back, then this could be real trouble for Kaapstad. But right now, they are holding pretty firm.
Yeah, also might put a lot of pressure on Kazangalua as well, but Kraustas, I don't think he was actually one of the players that usually played back, so I guess on that occasion he did his job though, as Nagatoro Maradona now whips it in. Here's Zimmer, a shot, but it's off the bar.
And there's G Fuel. O'Rourke's shot is saved by Duke. Well, I mean, Kraustas and G Fuel are supposed to be playing in the wingback roles there, except they're technically fullbacks, so like they're supposed to be playing back, but I guess they're not doing that.
Yeah, well, perhaps I just want to run it completely down Montreal's throat. Just basically run a 3-0-7.
As total football.
Yeah. It is, well, I probably shouldn't go on my thought there because I was thinking of the other kind of football where it's all about trying to chuck it down the field. But, I mean, that's basically what Kaapstad is trying to do.
That's what's happening here.
Yeah. They've just decided, let's play, 5 offensive linemen with our goalkeeper and then just 5 wideouts. And, well, seemingly the forwards running is doing them favors here. Again,
that's a penalty now.
It's on Pedersen. Well, they caught into this one.
This should only be a yellow.
Nope, not even a yellow there. So
just talking to. Well, I said only.
And Crucis sends them the wrong way. Oh, beautiful penalty there. Brian Duke just went to his left, but tried to take the power stroke, but Kraus just decided, no, just send it opposite corner. And Duke, I mean, even if he gets the right way, it would have been tough to stop that one.
And can we talk about Nagatoro's influence on this game so far? An assist, a goal, drew the foul for that penalty, and it's only the 24th minute.
Yeah, it's been incredible work. You know, one of the five
And there she is back there.
What is she doing playing back? Aren't you supposed to be one of the front players? Have they changed tack now? They decided, okay, we got a 3-0 lead. We could just run it as is. But here's Noira's shot, and there's Lualua. Just barely tipping that one over. Onion's
That corner is cleared away.
Gets it back.
Well, they're not going to want any piece of that.
Yeah.
Krause sends it all the way forward to O'Rourke. Ah! And that goes wide. That would have been a very funny goal.
I just immediately just said, okay, well, just send it out long. Giannis has got the leg. And while O'Rourke probably should have finished that one off, did end up getting that clinical finish. But that's basically put them in contention in that aforementioned match day against Inter London with that stoppage time winner. So has to look forward to that, though. Although, and Kaapstad have probably won 8 more here with the way they're trying to play because, well, if you get up 11-0, even if Paddy had drawn, then you would have been able to surpass them. That's the kind of mentality they still have to play with because they don't know if Paddy can come back from this one just yet. They don't get that news.
That's just run him up and fill him in.
Yeah.
There's G Fuel sends it in.
They have to get 4, but Zimmer had that one saved there by Duke. Good short side work there by Brian Duke, though. Just made sure that they prevented the primary angle and will try to go route 1. Didn't get it that time.
G Fuel again. Sends it in, and there's Zimmer. Kevin Zimmer, the rookie, with his 2nd goal of the campaign.
Oh, beautiful little sideways pass. Bit of sweat on that one as the G Fuel tub just decides, you know what, I can easily just tap this one through. Was left pretty much wide open. Turkey Wartooth playing a bit further inside. And just tapped it through there for Kevin Zimmer. Pretty much just a nice lateral there. Linesman looked in solid position to review that one, but we will check. Yep, was behind the ball, so never really mattered. And while Duke had to play the man and didn't play for the inside chance, and it was an absolutely wide open net. And Kevin Zimmer was making no mistake.
As I said at the beginning of the match, it's just a blunt object. This strategy is just a blunt seeing what it does. Yeah,
well, can they recover from a potential counterattack, though? Because you mentioned before, this is going to be something they might have trouble with if they end up conceding the opportunity.
We saw in the cup the way that these two center backs played against Hollywood FC in that first leg. As Noir now stopped by Lualua. These two center backs, Camavinga and Athlete, they played pretty dang well with no help whatsoever during that first leg against Hollywood, only giving up a single goal off of a corner kick. So they're holding. They know how to hold up with no help.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they've stood up by themselves there, as we did see, probably the first clear-cut chance that Montreal have had, but Kazenga Lualua, when called upon, has been strong. And, well, Kaapstad, while they aren't on pace right now to secure it if Paddy end up drawing, of course, we do know the results up here in the booth, but players on the field don't. I don't get that news.
And I know that we do have a substitution coming for Kaapstad here. It's going to be Usada Pecora coming on for Gordon. And the interesting thing here is Pecora is a defensive midfielder. They usually play as a box-to-box midfielder in the formation that Kaapstad usually runs. And, well, now they're playing Usada Pecora as a shadow striker.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure this will be the last that Pecora is seen.
This will be Pecora's last game. There's a lot of players out here for Kaapstad that it's going to be their last game as they just try to get this team promoted.
Yeah, well, I mean, what a scene it would be here for a lot of these players. Just kind of like a cap off to their season is thrashing Montreal United, potentially by the aforementioned 11-0 score, which would secure them that promotion, even if Paddy were to come back and draw. I feel like I'm hammering the point home a bit too much here, but again, that's basically the
We
primary.
know the situation at hand right now, and Kaapstad is leading 4-0, and this is all they can really do. Yes, they can try to get up to 11-0, but this is the best they can do right now.
Yeah, well, they don't really want to give Montreal any other opportunities right now because they don't want to concede for so quickly. But Montreal, they've had trouble with scoring anyway. Pretty sure they're barely putting up a goal a match. So perhaps Kaapstad just thought they can take advantage of it, as now they look to try and mount another attack. They seem to be switching flanks, though. Where do they look to go?
Here's Pekka to Krustis. Plays through G Fuel. That's saved by Duke. It is interesting to look back at the first few weeks of Kaapstad this season. They were down at the bottom. They were struggling, and the game that they turned it around with was against Montreal.
Yeah, and well, that did help them get that victory earlier, but I felt that the season really turned when they got that victory over into London, and they showed they have when they created such an upset, they ended up having themselves put into a prime promotion spot, and now they find themselves in it again. Though they still have to try and see out these final 10 minutes, but they've pretty much done all they can at this point. Let's go try and find one more. As that one will go out for a corner as Pedersen just banged it off of Kraus's knee.
That's gonna... Okay, that was over the bar. It looked like that went into the net. I'm so confused.
Yeah,
horrible camera angles here.
Yeah, just like cannon into the side netting, then came back around, hit off the ad boards back into the back of the net, but on the other side of it, still again Kaapstad. They pretty much need to find one goal a minute, so have fun trying for that if they want to try and get the draw, but gotta just make sure they secure things here. Lock it down. Don't need to try anything too crazy.
Torres sends it into Larson. Pekka! And that's saved. You know, I've wanted to call a Pekka goal every single time that Pekka has played while I'm commentating, and I've just never gotten it. I'm so disappointed.
Well, there's still about 4 minutes left, potentially.
There's still time.
Still 1 minute guaranteed stoppage time, quite likely, though we'll have to see how much is actually put on the fourth official's board. He doesn't look like he's walking out yet, though we'll likely get the signal from the timekeepers soon, as they just need to try and find one here to try and get themselves a consolation. They know the season's done. They know they're going to be in last place, so just got to try and find one more here to give themselves a positive note to end on. It works back to Williams.
All the way back to the keeper now.
Yeah, they just need to try and find one more thing. But again, I feel like both of these teams are kind of just playing it out because they know Kaapstad aren't going to get 7. So might as well just be, burn the clock as much as you like, because nothing's going to change right now. Nothing for their season's fates.
And that header is saved away by Lua. That was Funyuns there. And it looks like Funyuns is there to take the corner kick here. It's the 89th minute. Cleared away.
Yep, and it looks like 1 minute left. Kaapstad, what a season for them. They've somehow come back. They got exactly the results they needed. It looks like they're going to be headed up to Division 1.
And it is all over. Some of the fans have come out onto the pitch. Wait a second, this looks like it's no, it's a home game. Why are there so few people here for a promotion home game? Well, that's 4-0 for Kaapstad now, and they are making it up to Division 1. Nobody thought this would happen, even in their own locker room. There are some discussions of what to do if they don't make it, and it looks like they're going up. Look at that scoreline.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had the advantage pretty much the outset. George Gordon had the early goal, had a very easy opportunity that he was able to slot home. And, I mean, just incredible work from Kaapstad to come back from that brink and find themselves in promotion contention of the final day, have Buenos, get the result they need, and hold on to it for 88 minutes. They must probably be sending thank you cards to the Argentines.
Well, they're the top player on that, one of the top players on that team, Nagatoro, is Argentine, and certainly has played in Buenos Aires for a long time, and must be very thankful to the folks back home. And you know what? Kaapstad has actually pulled up from a negative goal differential with that game as well.
Yeah, got +4 on that. They're at -3 coming in, so they do end up promoting a +1. Of course, it's not unusual here for that sort of things to occur, since we did have, of course, Athena, I believe it was, that finished second with a negative goal differential. So don't ask how, they ask how many. And Kaapstad, they got the many they needed, and they will find themselves in Division 1 with Inter London coming season 7.
Well, that's going to be it for us, and yeah, that was we got the ending that I wanted, an interesting and meaningful game. Although it wasn't really that dramatic as I expected. A final game that meant something.
Yeah, they try to go for the full 11. They only got 4, but they only needed 4. As for the rest of this crew, I would like to give my thank yous to the simulation team, to all the commentators, Val, yourself, Jiggly, Zenlos, Project Saint, Sarah TVC, as well as the board of directors, the commissioners, everyone that works behind the updating crew, everyone here. This league wouldn't be possible without you. I'd like to thank you so much for what you've given us. It's been an absolute hell of a ride. We still have the cup final to go. 1 versus 2 in the league, playing for the cup. Can Hollywood get the double, or will Athena cause a major upset? That's still to come tomorrow. Jiggly, if you have any final thoughts.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens this offseason.
Yeah. The draft, don't forget, November 27th. Check your local guides.
That is it for us. I'm Jiggly.
I'm Sock.
Thank you.